In this video, we look at some other weak verbs, including those that are geminate, that is, where the second and third consonant are doubled, as well as some doubly weak and other irregular verbs. Where the second and third consonants of the root are the same, some forms are fundamentally biconsonantal, while others are fundamentally triconsonantal. This is shown by the fact that sometimes there is compensation. For example, a dagesh, which indicates a doubling of the second consonant, where one consonant does not appear. But sometimes there is no compensation. For example, in the G perfect third masculine plural of the root dakak, the kof appears without a dagesh. And so the form seems to be based on just dalet kof. But the G imperative second masculine plural of gadad does have the double dalet, which indicates that there has been compensation and an inherent triconsonantal form. Note that sometimes geminate verbs act like strong verbs, as in these examples. In the perfect, imperfect, and the participle, all have the doubled lamed of the root mem lamed lamed. In some cases, it is the first consonant that ends up being doubled, not the second. For example, in the root dakak, you see that it is not the kof that is doubled, but the dalet, which is the first consonant. And yet, the root seems to be dalet kof kof. So this is just kind of an oddity. Let us take a look at some examples of doubly weak and irregular verbs. So first we have those that have a weak verb at both the beginning and the end. So, for example, here with the first consonant being an aleph and the final consonant being a hey. So, for example, azah and atah. Notice that there's kind of a combination of conforming to the rules for initial pay and for final hey verbs. And you can see some of the examples that occur here. Then there are those with an initial yod and a final hey. For example, yada. It's originally a pei vav, one that began with a vav, not a yod. Then there is halach. Halach is not so much doubly weak as it is a little confusing, in that the imperfect and the infinitive in G act like the root is hey, vav, kaf. So it acts like a doubly weak verb, even though halach itself is not a doubly weak verb. So, for example, the forms yahach and limchak, notice that the lamed is missing in both cases. On the other hand, in the participle in the D and H, you do have forms that are based on halach. Yachal also acts a little strange in that it sometimes acts like it is based on Yod Kaf Lamed, sometimes on Kaf He Lamed. And there is even one sort of Hebraism, Yuchal, that occurs. And we have looked before at this very strange verb, Samak Salach, Samak Lamed Kof. When the Samak has a silent shva, the Lamed assimilates to it. And so you lose the Lamed altogether. So Hasiku or Husak. And in the infinitive, the doubled Samak that would be there actually dissimilates, and you have a nun occurring, Hansaka. So you both have an extra nun and the loss of the Lamed.